Hello, my name is Sophia Mitropoulos. Welcome to my channel. It's been a little while since I've done any sort of comparison video. I did a gouache comparison video that has done very well for me in my channel, and I recently took a trip to my favorite store, Daiso, the Japanese dollar store, where I found these paint pens. They were $1.50 each, just like most things at Daiso, and I bought them because I thought it would be interesting to compare them to paint pens that I already have. Now, as far as paint pens go, I'm a big fan of the Posca markers. I use them pretty frequently. I have a whole playlist you can check out to see me using those videos, but I also used to be a lot more into paint markers, so I have some other brands that I actually want to test out and compare to these Daiso ones. Now, I will say, when I was at the dollar store at Daiso, I thought $1.50, that's really cheap. And then I got home and I realized that the Posca markers are also around that price. So take that as you will. But what I do want to compare it to today is I have a few Krink markers, which are aggressively overpriced. These are about $15. I bought these about 4 years ago now. So when I tell you I spent $15 on these, I spent it 4 years ago, okay? I'm not condoning that behavior. I think that's a ridiculous price to charge for one marker, one paint pen, whatever it is. That's not even refillable, frankly. But it is what it is. And I haven't used paint pens in a really long time. So anyway, I thought this video would be kind of fun to test out my paint pen collection, compare some new to the old, compare what I've got to what I've got to what I got. You know what I'm saying? I also have some Sharpie oil paint pens that I haven't even opened. We'll open that up right now. I have never had success with these Sharpie oil paint pens. I feel like I always buy them, and by the time I use them, they are dry. So I never really use them. So we'll see if that changes today. Kind of doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, my name is Sophia Mitropoulos. Before we get started, I put out videos about art and art-related things, usually on Wednesdays and Fridays, except for when I don't, which has happened a couple times, but it's not a habit I'm looking to make. So anyway, if you'd like to join me on this channel, please do. You can also find me on Twitter and on Patreon. All that good stuff is linked below. Let's get to testing these paints. I'm excited. Okay, so arguably the best part of this video is just gonna be me shaking the ever-loving shit out of all these markers. So, I don't know if this is an ASMR warning or should I do them all at the same time? This is what we got. Okay, this is all the ones that we're comparing. Oh god, that's way too loud. I'm gonna do them one at a time. Oh, sent a cat flying. I don't really know what to expect. Sent another cat flying. Oh, it smells like markers. I'm gonna open the window. These are the three new ones that we're gonna compare. I got these Posca, which I think is like a Posca knockoff, honestly. And then these platinum paint markers, which I feel like are Deco Color knockoffs. I think that's what they're called. So I haven't even activated these. I'm gonna go to my little back page where I do all my squeezing out. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I like that already. I guess we could just start back here. Compared to this Sharpie, I tried to pick some colors that were similar. This is always my problem with the Sharpie ones, is that I very rarely get any pigment out of them, as we're seeing here. See? Okay, I'm not even here for it. Oops. Okay, also so far my review of these is that the caps fly off crazy easily. Here she comes. Nice. So right off the bat, I'm noticing that they are not very opaque, just because I'm doing them back here, but we'll get to the rest of it. Don't worry. We're just activating them right now. Pink. Oh, pink is my favorite color, and look at that pink. Wow. But then they start to fade. This one's gold. Here we go. Come on now. Oh, I like that gold. I have another gold. That's a much finer tip. This is just a pilot that I got at like Staples or something. Oh, interesting. So already very big difference in those golds. Crazy. Okay, this is one of those $15 Krink markers because it's the only other metallic marker I have. Unreal. Kind of worth the $15 in my book, but you know. This is an old black one. Whoa, yeah. Whoa! Oh shit. Stop that. Oh no. Oh no. What do I do here? Oh, it's dripping. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you just relax. Oh, Jesus. This is one of those really old markers. I actually was kind of surprised that even the tip depressed at all, but in fact it got stuck depressed. Same. And that's what happened there. Okay, good stuff. We're just gonna continue with my fingers covered in ink. Oh, for the rest of the video. Nice. Okay, we'll just let that guy hang out. And this... oh man. I'll be honest, I'm weary of this marker now. I'm just gonna put him back in his home. Sorry about it. There's also a fat version of it that I'm not gonna shake. So, I mean, listen, the Krink markers are incredible. I won't actually lie about that. I don't know why I would lie. This one is a water-based marker. There we go. Oh, we got some pink coming out. It's a great sign. Oh wow, there she goes. Okay. I tried again with the yellow, I'm still getting nothing. Yeah, nothing. Okay, and this Posca yellow. Okay, cool stuff, cool stuff. I'm gonna do my pink comparisons on the back side of this page. So what I am gonna start with is a black line, just so I can compare. We'll do a black Posca line and a black Krink line. This is permanent ink. Posca, I don't know what kind of paint Posca is. Hold on. So just as far as some quick descriptors, the Posca markers are water-based acrylic. These Krink markers that I'm using are ink markers, which I think means they're water-based. To be honest, I'm pretty sure they are water-based. And these are in Japanese, so I have no idea. But paint marker, I believe, suggests water-based. I'm gonna guess, I think. This Pilot pen also doesn't say. I don't know if that's my fault or if that's their fault. You know, shouldn't they say? And then the Sharpie ones are oil-based. I could not get the yellow one to work. I will be honest, before I even dive in with these, I have never had success with these Sharpie oil-based markers. I think your money can be spent better in other places. That's just my experience. Because I always buy them, especially I buy white ones, or I have in the past bought white ones, thinking that they're gonna be great and thinking that they're gonna perfect little highlight things, and they are duds every time. I think I probably bought 5 and maybe had 1 work. So, I don't know if other people also have that experience with these, but it drives me nuts. So we've started with our black line. I'm just gonna go and do some lines through. So what I really wanna know is opacity. I wanna know fill capacity, like how streaky are these? What are we dealing with here? I couldn't get this yellow one to work. Oh, it kind of worked. That's the S for Sharpie. It is Valentine's Day, the day that I'm filming this, so hence the hearts. Sorry if that's not your vibe. P for Posca, of course. This Krink marker, I forgot to do it on this one. Obviously a different thickness, but you know, this is what we're working with. In this case, P is for Pilot, P-I. Put down this Krink. Okay. All right, let's talk about these. So here's what I'm seeing right off the bat. Not a lot of them cover this Krink marker, this ink. The only one that really seems to is this, which I'm actually really surprised. This Daiso paint marker, the gold one, covers really well over the opacity of the black Krink marker. And the silver Krink marker kind of does as well. The rest of them really don't cover. However, when it comes to the Posca black line, most of them seem to cover except for the yellow Daiso paint pen and the Sharpie, obviously. Where's my other Sharpie? Oh, this one is the Sharpie? No. Did I get the other Sharpie going? Did I skip one altogether? I did. There you go, sorry about it. So it looks like just in general, the Sharpie ones really don't actually cover opacity as well as Posca markers. So the 3 Ps, this one, and this one, are all our Posca markers. Those look really good. They have really nice clean coverage. When it comes to fill, also same situation. They are the mattest and the flattest, but I am actually really surprised and impressed by this gold marker. However, if we look back at my little test page, this is that gold. It isn't quite as metallic as the other Pilot gold. So interesting to note. This is the Posca also, and this is the Daiso. And these are both side by side, Posca and Daiso. And then this one that is more pigmented orange is the Posca, and the one next to it is the Daiso. So it's interesting because on this unbleached paper, they really don't come out as striking, but when they're up against the black marker opacity and the white paper, they all look a lot better. Just by looking at these like kind of weird collection of hearts that I've developed at the bottom, the ones that jump out to me are these 3, which are the Posca, Posca, and Posca. Now, is that a surprise? Probably not. If I had more paint pens to compare, I totally would. I would really like to try the Molotow? Yeah, the Molotow paint markers and the Deco Color ones, but I can't afford them right now, and I'm also not the type of channel where I buy stuff to review it. That's just not the things that I do. I try to just work with what I've got, and these are what I've got, so this is what I'm dealing with. Frankly, I'm not surprised that the Poscas held up the best compared to the other ones. I'd be really curious to find out how the Daiso paint pens compare to markers like the Deco Color, which look effectively the same. But I think all things considered, my 2 takeaways would be, don't buy the Sharpie oil paint markers, and don't spend $15 on Krink markers unless you are really looking to splurge. This is a huge tube of paint in this marker. I've had it for years and I used it a lot. I did a lot of like full coverage with this marker. This one's a little less full, but even still, I've had them for literally 4 years and they still have plenty of ink in them. So for that, I do recommend them, but these are a lot cheaper. I've had this for probably just as long and it's definitely more empty, but covers more opaque. The thing about Krink, it's a small business, which is nice. You can definitely support small businesses. I don't actually know much about the company or about KR, who is the artist. It's KR Ink, his company. They do have paint mops, which I really like. But again, you can buy a paint mop and fill it yourself with your own paint if you want to. I'm not like a street artist particularly. I just really appreciate street art and I really like paint pens because I really like paint and I don't want to carry around paint all the time. So paint pens are great because you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Also, do we love the irony of this shirt on Valentine's Day? Come on, I just thought it was funny. Anyway, this was just a quick little video to compare the paint pens that I have and just how they cover with opacity and what they look like when they're filling in full color. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out my video about comparing expensive versus cheap gouache. That was a really insightful video, and also kind of crazy how much the price of gouache can differ from country to country, because if you look through the comments, it is crazy how the paints that I consider expensive, people in Europe are like, these are so cheap from my corner store, I can buy them at the deli. I'm like, great, they're $10 a tube for me, thanks, please mail me some. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Sophia Mitropoulos. Check out any of my other stuff in the description if you like me, or if you want to subscribe, or if you want to watch stuff. If you want to see what video YouTube thinks you should watch, you should click right here. And if you want to watch some other Posca paint pen, it's kind of alliteration, Posca paint pen videos, you should check out this playlist right here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sophia Mitropoulos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!